What's up, YouTube? We are making a video today, and this is one of the things I get asked a lot. I know I've made a video about this previously, but we are going to revisit these couple of questions that have been asked. So this question that I get is, how much is the payment of the 2021 carbon fiber track package GT500 that I have? So there's numerous answers to that question. Number one is interest rate, length of term of your contract, down payment. So there's several variables that will dictate what your payment will be. Well, I'm not going to go into too much into depth what my down payment was, and actually I will mention what I gave down, but what my interest rate is, all that stuff. It's just I don't want to prolong the video with just financial conversation. However, my GT500, I actually put down, I believe it was about $20,000 down. It was just more or less equity that I had on the Mach 1, and I just rolled it over and gave him a check for the tag, whatnot. But that car there, I financed it, I believe was for 72 months, I believe it's what it was, 72, and my payment is $1,500 and $1,517 and I believe some few cents. So it's basically $1,500 a month. So that is what the payment for the GT500 is. So if you ever want to get a carbon fiber track package and you want to know what the payment would be, and with a little bit of money down, that's roughly what you'd be looking at. Now, granted, I did pay over sticker, so you have to factor that in. Now, with the market now, I've had the car almost a year now, and the way the market is going now, it seems like prices are adjusting down just a little bit. So you might be able to get in one with the same payment, just smaller down payment, or same down payment, smaller payment. So that's something to think about if you care to own a 2020 plus GT500. Now, obviously, my car's got carbon fiber accessories, the paint protection film, stripes, whatnot, a few things I've done to the car exhaust. So obviously, the value of the car goes up because of those things. But now, the next question I get is for my truck, because I did take my truck over to the Cars and Coffee Show, and this is a 2023 Trail Boss. I went ahead and lifted it, put wheels on it, 33 tires, 35s, and the truck is brand new. And a lot of people ask me, well, how can you afford both vehicles? So this truck here was a little under $65,000 out the door. That's what I paid for it. I believe my down payment was about $7,000, and my payment is just right at $1,000 a month. So for $2,500 a month, I have these two vehicles. Now, one of the questions people ask is like, oh, well, why wouldn't you just get like a exotic car? Well, I daily drive this truck, so I love the truck. I could take it places. I went to Cars and Coffee, loaded our tent, our tables, and I go to the beach here in Florida, here in Volusia County. You're able to drive on the beach, so four-wheel drive truck, drive on the beach, all that good stuff. So I enjoy the truck. I enjoy the car. When I want to drive the car, I drive the car. If not, I drive the truck. So that's, again, one of the questions, or a few of the questions that I always get asked. And how do I afford it? Obviously, I invest in the stock market. I do have a full-time job. I have other investments that I make. But again, it's all about, your sources of income. I mean, you can have several sources of income, and you can afford these types of vehicles. It's not you don't need to be a millionaire to afford these vehicles. You just need to have a very good financial plan. Spend the money, wisely. Don't overspend on things that you don't need, and you could probably, $1,500 a month. That's what a minimum wage job pays. So yeah, people have bills, people have, all that other stuff, but of course you have to factor all that stuff in. So anyhow, this video was not all about, the car and how can I afford it. It's just more or less a question that I always get asked, and I kind of want to refresh everybody's, you know, memory on that, what the payments were. You know, $1,500, so around $1,500 for the GT500, about $1,000 for this pickup truck. So I want to move on to something, you know, something different. I'll still keep it within the payments though. The Dark Horse, as you guys know, in my previous video, we talked about the Dark Horse. We went ahead and ordered the Dark Horse. Now that car there was, I believe, around 80,000, you know, with our spec. And a car like that, the payment, obviously, you see this truck was 65,000, the other was, you know, over 100. So in between there is kind of like the halfway point. So you're looking at about $1,200 a month for that car. Now, it is a Dark Horse. However, Ford sent us this email. So in this email, Ford is explaining that there's some quality issues and it's going to prolong the delivery date. Now they're promising 45 days, you know, to give us updates every 45 days. Now, I will say that I'm highly disappointed. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't, you know, I don't have 100,000 subscribers like some of the other YouTubers. You know, they do great, bring a lot of content for us enthusiasts. But, you know, they kind of, I feel kind of like they kicked us to the curb. You know, I've been a Ford fan for a very long time. My second GT500, a Mach 1, you know, 2 of the GT500s, Mustangs throughout my life. And, you know, other YouTubers, they're, you know, they dump the cars within 2-3 weeks that they put in the order. These guys get their orders before everybody else. So, Ford, if you're listening to this, which I'm not sure you will, my channel's not big enough, but I will say that that's kind of not fair to the enthusiasts. But I'm not gonna rant, I'm not gonna complain, I'm not gonna, you know, sit here and make it like, you know, a crying session. But it is a little disappointed. I would be lying if I said it wasn't. But with that said, you know, I don't know what's going on with Ford, and I do know shortages have affected this country since COVID. I'm very, like I said, I'm very involved in the stock market. I'm involved in industries and supply chain industries, and I know, you know, shortages that they're out there. But Ford is a multi-billion-dollar company. They've already experienced COVID. It's been, we're a couple years out since the beginning of COVID, and many companies, you know, have already made adjustments to get to the next level when it comes to, you know, production, you know, ramping everything up. We did that in my company. We had a shortage of materials and we made adjustments, and now, you know, we're not going to have a shortage ever again, or at least not anytime soon. So, you know, Ford really hurt, you know, the enthusiasts with cutting production on the Dark Horse, and not necessarily cutting production, pausing production is a better term. But, you know, they should have at least given opportunity to the enthusiasts that are going to buy this car, you know, drive it, take it to the track, take it to the Cars and Coffee, take it to the you know, car shows, whatnot. But if you're really going to simply, you know, just give it to a YouTuber that's going to trade it in for a you know, McLaren 600 LT after they get it and put it on the scale and whatnot, you know, that's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a jab at your real customers. So, you know, again, it's I'm ranting a little bit, but, you know, let's make sure that those people get an opportunity as well. So that's where I'm at with the Dark Horse. You know, I'll keep posting on what goes on. I do think that I might add, you know, a 2014 to the roster. Just buy a 2014 GT500, or some, maybe a 350R, until they sort all that mess out. You know, so I just don't want to be with the same vehicles, you know, over and over again. But again, we'll be in touch. We'll let you guys know, and we'll see what happens. So until next video, see you guys later.